Hello everyone, a very, very good evening. Welcome to another course launch here with Choir of the Earth. And it's an extraordinary piece, everyone. It's a piece that is, I think, very, very well known, very famous. It's fair to say it's even part of the zeitgeist. It is, of course, Samuel Barber's beautiful Agnus Dei, a resetting by the composer himself of his immensely famous Adagio for Strings. And we will be enjoying this piece very much over the next month or so. We have teaching sessions this week, then there'll be a bit of a break, as I'll explain, and then we'll be picking this back up later on in March, with so much to look forward to between now and the end of this course, and indeed looking ahead to what's coming up in April as well. We've got a packed session today, everyone. I do need to warn you, you will need to have your tissues at the ready, because this is going to be a tearjerker, very much by design. You're going to hear the Adagio, the Agnus Dei. I must stop calling it the Adagio. The Agnus Dei, you're going to hear it 3 times, but you're going to hear 2 of those performances, I think, in a way that unlike anyone has ever heard before. Okay, that's the incentive, little carrot to keep you watching until the very, very end. Now, of course, got lots of people watching this stream later on. This is a public stream as well. So if you are watching this and thinking, who on earth is this? My name's Ben, and I am the musical director of this extraordinary choir, Choir of the Earth, a wonderful community of people who love music, who love singing together, and who come together from all over the world to learn these exceptional pieces of music. We've just finished Haydn's Nelson Mass. We're learning this month Agnus Dei by Samuel Barber, and then in April we will be starting the incredible Brahms Requiem with none other than the world-famous Bergen Philharmonic Orchestra and Choir, and there's so much more to look forward to later this year. Now, just allow me a moment to check the sound is working. You can hear me. That's good. I'm just going to sneak that down a little bit there so it doesn't clip, and I'm going to just check if I need the piano. Do I have it here? I do, but it could do with being turned on. This is why we do sound checks, because it's quite important. It's amazing how just 2 chords can be so evocative. Another one. But for this one, starting on the same note. Are going to love this piece, everyone. Okay, and just so I can check, can we hear the Barber if I press my magic buttons down here? Yes, we can. Good. Okay, I'm not going to spoil the surprise with that. Let me welcome everyone who is watching later on. Hello to everyone who subscribed to our YouTube channel recently. Hello to anyone who's not a current member of the choir. I do hope you consider signing up for this extraordinary course. And then hello to everyone who's over here. Let me pop out my list and see who we've got this fine evening. And it is actually, it's turned into a nice day. Despite, I have to tell you all, the roof blew off the composing hut in the garden. The roofing felt blew off, and so I had to spend quite a lot of my morning on a ladder on very wet ground replacing the roofing felt. This is the glamour. As Nikki said to me earlier on, though, this is dad jobs, so you know it's all part of the fun. So, who have we got this evening? Hello, Adele. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Alison. Hello, Anna. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Annalisa. Hello, Bev. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Carol. Hello, Carol. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Kat. Hello, Mark. Hello, Christine. Hello, Christine. Hello, Colette. Hello, Dorothy. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Liz. Hello, Liz. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Emma. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Jill. Hello, Gillian. Hello, Glennis. Hello, Gloria. Hello, Gwen. Hello, Gwyn. Hello, Helen. Hello, Hildegard. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Iris. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Jane. Hello, Jane. Hello, Janet. Hello, Janet. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Jenny. A lovely set of pairs there. Wonderful. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Judith. Hello, Judy. Hello, Karen. Hello, Kareth. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Katri. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Linda. Hello, Linda. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Liz. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Linda. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Michael. Hello, Mike. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Nina. Hello, Pam. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Paul. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Paula. Hello, Philomena. Hello, Robert. Hello, Roz. Hello, Rowena. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Soraya. Hello, Sue Ellen. Hello, Susanna. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Toby. Hello, Ulla. Hello, Vanessa. And to anyone I've missed off, if I've missed you off, I'm sorry. This is the list as YouTube has presented it to me. But that's all the time we've got for tonight, folks. No, not really. Let's get started, shall we, everyone? And a very, very good evening. As the sun is still in the sky here in the West Country, it's just such a joy to be in front of you for another wonderful course here with Choir of the Earth. And as I was saying, it is an extraordinary piece. There are some pieces, as a conductor, I've introduced to choirs that needed a fair bit of introduction. And we've sung some of them recently together, even some pieces that have become our favourites. Think about Indodana, very few people knew it. And pieces like the Mass of Life, I mean, that took quite a lot of introduction and quite a lot of hand-holding. There are other pieces, though, that when you tell people we're doing them, there is an audible gasp, an intake of breath as people go, oh, I've always wanted to sing that. And this is one of those pieces. It is just the most extraordinary piece. You're going to love it. You're going to be moved by it. It is going to be one of the all-time great recordings. I can already tell before we've taught a single note of it. Now, before we launch into our new piece tonight, allow me, please, to bring you up to date on some news and some admin before we start. And if you are watching and you are not yet a member of Choir of the Earth, well, why not use that membership code, which you can find there on the website. New members get a month free. You could sign up and you can sing this entire piece. You can submit it, you can record it all for free. Go and have a look at choiroftheearth.com and do consider joining us. Now, so we're here to learn the Samuel Barber Agnus Dei. Before we do, though, I just need to bring you up to date because, of course, last term we were looking at the Haydn Nelson Mass. Lots and lots of excitement for this wonderful piece and lots of fun had by all of us through the dark winter months. So much fun, of course, that we have announced an incredible project over the next 5 years. We're going to learn the remaining 5 last masses by Haydn. So we will, in 2029, have the complete collection of all 6 of the late masses. Now, before we do that, of course, you've got to do the small matter of singing it all and recording it and sending it in for us. So the submission deadline for Haydn's Nelson Mass is Sunday the 17th of March this year, and that's 10 p.m. UK time. Please make sure you get us those recordings in by those dates. You've got all the Dropbox links and conducting files in your members area, so please avail yourself of those. Do consider doing multiple takes, multiple recordings. In fact, my advice, as you know, is don't even listen back to it. Whenever you do a take, just send it in. Even if you think that was rubbish, send it in anyway, because it all gets used. It all helps. So 17th of March, please, for the Haydn Nelson Mass. Now, of course, on Friday last week, we had a very busy week last week, despite us being not officially on the air, because, of course, many members of Choir of the Earth were involved in the 24-hour Mozart Sing-a-thon there at St Gabriel's, Pimlico. And whilst they were singing that, we were performing our summer school concert, which was fab. If you haven't seen it, it really was a brilliant, brilliant evening. And then the evening after that, Friday last week, we had our Sing for Sub Postmasters. Now, we learnt the amazing We Are the Champions, a fantastic arrangement by Richard Gowers, sung brilliantly by Josh Cooter. If you haven't heard it, if you haven't taken part, you can still sign up for it. The closing deadline for that one is the 23rd of March, so you've still got 3 weeks plus 3 weeks to get that sent in to us. If you have already signed up for that, remember it's an extra cost because we are supporting a scheme which is funding the donations to sub postmasters to help them through these difficult times. If you have already signed up, you've got the Dropbox links. If you haven't signed up yet, you can still do so, as can friends and family. So go along to the Choir of the Earth website, click on the Sing for Sub Postmasters. You can watch and record the session today. It's all there waiting for you. 23rd of March, please, this year, 10 p.m. UK time is the submission deadline for that, everyone. Now, we've got some more exciting stuff coming up. Now, as I've said, we're here this week. Next week and the week after, things are a little bit, well, we're not going to be here live quite so much because obviously Mark and I are heading off on tour to take Mozart Requiem to, well, all throughout the British Isles and the Republic of Ireland. Now, we're going to have some wonderful content whilst we're away, including a fireside chat with our very own Richard Gowers. That's going out on the 6th of March, so that's next week at 11 a.m, a bit earlier perhaps than usual, but it's a wonderful chat. Mark and I sat down with Richard, realising that, of course, we've spoken to the Fieris, we've spoken to all these amazing composers and musicians, but we hadn't ever actually sat down and chatted with Richard. So he very kindly gave us some of his time, and we recorded a fireside chat. And I love the little logo, the RG logo on the mug there. That is Richard's actual logo. So if you'd like to pop along and join us for that, it is a members only event, so you'll have a link sent to you in your roundup, and do please look forward to that. It's a great chat. Richard is so generous and so warm and so musical. Can really go off some people. So that's the fireside chat on the 6th of March. A couple of things in the Labrador kennel, if you will. The Mozart 24-hour sing went so well. They raised £9,000 for charity, which was fantastic. And attention now turns to the next mad 24-hour sing-a-thon. This is the Messiah 24-hour sing-a-thon. This is taking place on the 25th of April, Thursday 25th of April, going on, of course, into Friday the 26th. We're back at St George's, Hanover Square in London. I will be there for the entire 24 hours, ladies and gents, intending to have a go at singing all 4 parts, if the sopranos will allow me. As always, this is a drop-in event. It will be streamed live, and it would be great to have as much support for that as possible. We'll be joined by such amazing conductors as John Rutter and Lawrence Cummings, Harry Bradford, Libby Crabshaw, and also Crabtree, I should say, Harry Bradshaw and Libby Crabtree, and also the amazing Roger Durston, who most people have never heard of, but actually is in many ways is a vital member of our Choir of the Earth community. He is one of our presidents, of course, along with Marina Mahler. He's an amazing conductor and educator in his own right, and he was instrumental in getting this choir off the ground. So Roger is going to be there. It's going to be an amazing event. Do come along and support that if you can. Now, speaking of events, I've already mentioned we are off on tour next week. So on Tuesday next week, we're in Manchester. On Thursday, we're in Newcastle. On Saturday, we're in Edinburgh, and on Monday next week, the week after, this time in 2 weeks, we'll be in Dublin, conducting and enjoying the Mozart Requiem. If you live anywhere near any of these locations, then do please consider coming along and supporting these events. They are so much fun. We've had 6 of them so far, and they've all been extraordinary. So beautiful, brilliant music, a great day. Do sign up. And if you're still on the fence about Salzburg, there are still some places available, but they are going quickly. So if you would like to come and join us in Salzburg, details are there on the website. An opportunity to sing Mozart's Requiem in Mozart's hometown. I mean, a very rare thing indeed. I shall be there. Mark will be there. We've got an amazing group of Austrian soloists and an organist. It's going to be a brilliant way of wrapping up the tour. And, of course, we announced the next tour, which is the Nelson Mass Tour. All the details are there on the Labrador website, but you can see we're starting in London, Sevenoaks, Hove, Isle of Wight, Bath, Norwich, Manchester, Edinburgh, Dublin, and finishing in Eisenstadt, which, of course, is Haydn's hometown. And we are going to be performing the Nelson Mass in the location in which it was first performed. All the details there on the Labrador website. Do please sign up to come along, and looking forward enormously to working with all of you. A couple more quick things before we get to the barber, and do bear in mind that this is all the light, cheery stuff before we delve into the beauty, but definitely the sadness of the barber. So you've been voting like mad for your Hall of Fame for 2024, and the closing date was yesterday. So no more votes, but they are being tallied as we speak. The elves are working hard to count up what are your top 30 pieces, Choir of the Earth. And I'll be revealing the results of that on a very special 3-hour live stream on the 28th of March. It's a Thursday, times TBC, but it's almost certainly going to be afternoon and early evening. So make sure you keep an eye on your roundup for all the details. It will just be yours truly, as Mark will be on holiday that week. So I will be running the 3-hour live stream. And I am really looking forward, well, first of all, to finding out what the top 30 is, and then teasing you for 3 hours before I reveal what the number 1 is. Make sure you put that date in your diary. It's going to be fantastic. Last year's Hall of Fame, well, it was just an extraordinary experience. This year promises to be just as good, if not better. Now, of course, we are coming up to our 4th birthday. One of the reasons we do the Hall of Fame, of course, is to reflect and to celebrate on our birthdays as they come round. And so the Choir of of the Earth book is available now to pre-order on the Choir of the Earth website. It's called The First 4 Years. It raises funds for your choir, so if you haven't already bought your copy, well, please do go along and pre-order it, because it's looking absolutely fantastic. And remember that in April, we have the Brahms Requiem coming soon. And when Mark and I head over to Bergen towards the end of March, we're very much looking forward to filming as much of the experience as possible. We might even do our best to do a live stream whilst we're over there, connection depending. And we are so excited to start teaching you the Brahms Requiem. I know many of you have sung it before, but have you ever sung it under the baton of Edward Gardner, OBE, with the the Bergen Philharmonic Orchestra? I didn't think so. So it's going to be a fantastic experience. So everyone, I'm out of breath. What an amazing programme we've got coming up. And there is more. There will be lots and lots of announcements about what's happening over the next couple of weeks whilst Mark and I are away touring with Mozart. So keep an eye on your roundup, everyone, because that is the place to find out everything you need to know about what's going on. So let's talk about this exceptional piece, this Agnus Dei by Samuel Barber. Now, a quick sip of drink. So this week, we're starting the teaching, okay? That is starting tomorrow, and we have a regular week this week with your sessions at the times that you, frankly, would expect to have them. So 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and then 7 o'clock on Thursday. So tomorrow it is sopranos at 5. It'll be altos then at 5 on Wednesday, and then tenors and basses at 7 and 8 respectively on Thursday. We're then going to have a break of 2 weeks, as I say, whilst we tour, and there will be lots of content coming up for you over the next couple of weeks whilst we are touring Mozart, including hopefully some live streams from the road, again, connection depending. And then our second week of the course is starting on Monday the 18th of March. There'll be a full choir rehearsal. You've then got basses at 5 o'clock on Tuesday the 19th and tenors at 5 o'clock on the 20th of March. We're then going to Bergen, so there'll be some live streams then on the Thursday and Friday, and the rehearsals then the following week, the 26th and 27th of March, will be alto and soprano. So we've broken it up, but I think in many ways that is actually all to the good, because this is quite an intense piece. You're going to need to spend a lot of time looking at it, contemplating it, singing it, getting it into your voice, because this is not a simple pick it up and sing it in 5 minutes. You know, I know the Nelson Mass is beautiful, but it's relatively simple compared to this. This is an extraordinary work. So let's talk about the piece itself. This is Samuel Barber, an amazing composer, born in 1910, died in 1981. And he was a composer. He was also, though, ladies and gentlemen, a singer, a baritone of some significant regard and renown. He was a pianist, a conductor and an educator, and one of the most celebrated composers of the 20th century. And whilst I think we know his music primarily through the Adagio for Strings, a significant amount of his compositional output, more than 2/3, was actually for voice. He wrote a huge amount of art songs. He wrote a lot of choral music and songs for voice and orchestra. And I think that actually is quite an interesting thing to consider when you look at this Agnus Dei and you think about the Adagio for Strings. When he wrote it, it was actually as part of his string quartet, Opus 11. But as a singer, you can actually tell that although he was writing for strings, he was thinking vocally, he was thinking chorally as he was writing it. So as I say, it was originally the second movement of a string quartet. If you don't know his string quartet, Opus 11, it's well worth looking up. Interestingly, it follows, the Adagio, which is the middle movement, follows a very, very contrasting first movement, violently contrasting actually, which is molto allegro e appassionato, very fast and passionate. And the third movement is also fast, molto allegro and presto. So what we have in the middle is something very, very contrasting, very slow, very beautiful, and the outer movements are much more vigorous and much more intense. As I said, he wrote this in 1936. Barber was spending a summer in Europe with Giancarlo Menotti, who's an Italian composer and also Barber's partner since their lives together as student years at the Curtis Institute of Music. Interestingly, in 1938, Barber sent an orchestrated version of this Adagio for Strings to the celebrated conductor Arturo Toscanini. Now, the conductor returned the score without any comment, which greatly annoyed poor old Barber. Toscanini subsequently sent word through Menotti that he was planning to perform the piece and returned it simply because he'd already memorized it. It was reported that Toscanini didn't look at the score again until the day of the premiere, which was on November the 5th, 1938, when at Rockefeller Center, Toscanini conducted the first performance of the full Adagio for Strings, which is a much more expanded and much more grand setting than with the string quartet. It was broadcast on radio and also recorded. It was broadcast to mostly critical acclaim, although some people claimed it was overrated. I think it's fair to say that as time has gone on, this piece has become it's become part of humanity's well, just humanity, the sound of the earth, which is why it's one of the great pieces for us to look at. If you remember when the Twin Towers fell, there were people who put on performances of this. When Russia invaded Ukraine, there were spontaneous performances of this sprung up around the world. And likewise, during the after the awful tsunami there in the early years of the 21st century, this is one of those pieces where people come together to express their emotion, and this transcends words, this transcends instruments. Having said that, of course, we are going to be singing the Agnus Dei, which is a setting by Barber himself. Okay, sometimes these choral works are arranged by other composers, by other arrangers. This is Barber's setting himself. And so we can be certain that he approved of this. And as a singer, as I say, I think this is kind of what he had in mind when he was composing the piece in the beginning. That's just my take on it. And as you sing it through, there's an awful lot in common with the works of the Renaissance, of Palestrina, of Gabrieli. The work is so clear. It's like almost like a counterpoint exercise. It's absolutely beautiful, very economical. If you think about some of the works we've looked at recently, some of the more elaborate pieces, well, this is relatively simple. Or that's not to say it's not extraordinarily challenging. I'm going to go full screen now. I know there's a number of people out there who have sung this in their choirs, including myself, and it is one of the harder pieces to sing, simply because of the stamina required to perform this in concert, and to keep it in tune and to keep the intensity going is really quite something. You've got to have an extraordinary choir. It's a good thing then that we are Choir of the Earth and we have an extraordinary group of singers. The Fieri Consort, of course, have recorded this for us, and we will have, I believe, the world's first set of guide tracks for this. We are going to produce what I believe is going to be the world's largest ever performance of Barber's Agnus Dei. And anyone who's worried, as you would be in terms of performing this live, that it's a hard piece to keep in tune, which it really is, we of course have a distinct advantage in that we've got Fieri singing in our ear to keep us where we need to be. Now, before we listen to the piece, and we are going to listen to it several times, I want to get you into the right frame of mind for the Agnus Dei. And I want you to have a listen to a couple of our pieces from our back catalogue, because it's all very well to listen to it in isolation, but I want you to think about the real standout pieces from the last 4 years, the ones that we always go to, the ones we always talk about, the ones we always think about. And so I'm going to play you a couple of our performances, and this as well is to help those of you that perhaps not members of Choir of the Earth yet, you're coming along, you're looking forward to hearing this Agnus Dei. We'll have a listen to a couple of our past performances to give you a sense of what this is going to sound like, because this is Choir of the Earth at its very best. To begin with, well, it had to be a piece that is beautiful, that is Baroque, that is one of the first pieces that we recorded and has beautiful long interweaving lines. So I'd like you to listen, first of all, everyone, to Crucifixus by Antonio Lotti. This was recorded in the spring of 2021 with the guide tracks provided by Tenebrae, conducted by Nigel Short. So this is our recording, everyone, of Crucifixus to start to get us into the right headspace. Here we go. That really is a stunning piece. One of the all-time great recordings by Choir of the Earth. And I think starts to get us into the right headspace to listen to the Agnus Dei. Now, that is a piece, obviously, with many, many associations for this time of year. It's a Lenten piece. And we're going to listen to another short Lenten piece before we move forwards. And it's a more recent recording. In fact, it's one that we listened to just last week. And I'm sure you remember, but maybe not everyone does, that the piece Indodana is actually a piece to be sung at Eastertide. It is a beautiful, beautiful example of how Choir of the Earth has developed, has grown in both confidence and musicality. And I want you, as you're listening, to appreciate not just the beautiful music and the beautiful singing, but how the sound has evolved, and start thinking about what that's going to mean for our Barber Adagio. So let's enjoy Indodana. There may or may not be one more to follow after this. So if you thought that was beautiful, get a load of this. Here we go. That's a very special recording. Very, very special indeed. It's one of those pieces, as I've said many times, when Mark rang me and said, "You've got to listen to this," I got about 10 seconds in and instantly texted back saying, "Yeah, it's got Choir of the Earth written all over it." Now, we are going to get to the Barber in just a moment, but I said there'd be one more. And this final piece is, well, there could only be one choice. It's a piece that was originally written for strings. It's a piece that has a beautiful chordal repeating pattern. It's a piece that tugs at the heartstrings, perhaps unlike any other. And once we've listened to this, we're going to listen to this wonderful Barber Agnus Dei. But I had to play this, everyone, because, well, it is perhaps the greatest anthem the Choir of the Earth have recorded to date. It's Quanta Qualia. Here we go. I have to confess, ladies and gentlemen, I put tonight's programme together very much to get you all into the right headspace to listen to the Barber Agnus Dei. If I'm honest, I wanted to make you all cry so that you were in the right place. I've done it to myself. Epic self-own. What a recording. Oh my goodness me. Such an extraordinary piece. Beautifully, beautifully sung. And I know there's people in the chat who are saying, "Oh, I missed it. I missed it." We're going to have to do another version, aren't we, Mark? It's, maybe next year for the 5th anniversary. Mate, this is all. You know, I haven't even had the discussion, but can you imagine if we do another version? Oh, so special. So, everyone, I think we're in the right headspace to start considering this Agnus Dei. It is a piece which is known throughout the world. It's associated with sheer beauty, written as it was in just a couple of years before the Second World War. It is an immortal piece, and it's without doubt the most famous thing that Barber ever wrote. We're going to listen to Fieri's recording of this, which I have listened to a couple of dozen times now, and it just gets better and better every time I listen. This rehearsal will, of course, be time-stamped so that you can listen to it yourselves. And the guide tracks, well, they are second to none. They're absolutely extraordinary. I think I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to just play it, and I'll talk a little bit and I'll play it again. Okay, so this is the Fieri Consort at their best. As you're listening, enjoy the music, but also imagine, just think about what Choir of the Earth is going to sound like singing this. Here's the Barber Agnus Dei, everyone. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Fieri Consort singing Samuel Barber's Agnus Dei, and that is going to be our guide. Our amazing performance will be based entirely on that performance there. And, well, I'm sure you'd agree that's one of the most exceptional performances of that work I've ever heard. Remember, as always with the Fieri Consort, all of those voices recorded individually in their own rooms, in their bedrooms, in their spare bedrooms, and it was all combined by the incredibly talented Josh Cooter, who is just going from strength to strength as a recording and sound engineer. And so you would never think in a million years that that wasn't all recorded in one room, but it wasn't. And as a result, we have these incredible guide tracks, which are going to be our guides through this very challenging work. So we've allocated 2 full rehearsals for this, and of course in sections as well. Now the work itself lasts 8 minutes and a bit and change, and you can see that everything splits. We've also got tenors and basses split into 3 parts in a couple of places, and so just bear that in mind. Although there's not a huge amount of difference, the 3-part split for the tenors is on page 9 of your score, just 1 chord really, and the bass is split into 3 on pages 10 and 11. Again, just a couple of chords. Most of it is just first and second split. Also note that the solo soprano line on page 3, we are going to teach it. We are going to ask those of you who are first sopranos to record it if you wish, and we will have 2 versions, one where Hannah sings it as in the recording, and one where you sing the whole thing, because why not? You'll also have noticed altos in particular. There's one part in this arrangement which is infamous for altos, which is where Mr. Barber, ever the optimist, asks first altos to sing a top A flat on page 8. Now, I need to tell you that what we've done is we have given that particular line to the second soprano. Okay, so don't worry about that. Second sops, that is going to be there for you to sing, and any first that want to. This is the great thing about this, of course, is you can sing as many of the parts as you like, and if the note's too high for you, you can leave it out. There will be someone else along to record that. So it's going to be a big job to get it done in 2 rehearsals. We will break it in half this week. So my aim is to get us to around about page 6, thereabouts. If we could get to the beginning of page 7, I would consider that around about the halfway point, because really everything from page 7 to the end picks up in intensity, picks up in difficulty as well. You've got that massive climax there on page 9, which I want us to spend plenty of time on. And of course, I shall be asking you in the break after this week to spend as much time as you can spare, really, just getting this piece into your heads, listening to it, exploring it, looking for places that you're going to need to spend a bit of time rehearsing. Some people are asking about breathing. Now, that is the real challenge with this piece, and as I shall say in your sectional rehearsals this week and in a couple of weeks' time, the key to success with this one is to stagger the breathing. Okay, really very much is. I don't think I'm going to be shocking anyone when I say that the Fieri Consort, although they did that incredibly well, there was some digital trickery involved in that, taking out some breaths to just because no human being could sing as they did. So just bear that in mind. Staggered breathing, multiple takes, taking note, for example, if you do a single take and you note where you breathed the first time, breathe in a different place the second time so that it all blends together. And it's going to be extraordinary. It really is, everyone. It really is. So what I think we're going to do because, well, it's the end of the rehearsal already, is to listen to it a second time. Now, if you have your score in front of you, if you didn't have it as you listened along first time, please get your score and just follow your line through, bearing in mind that, as I say, it splits. Watch out, sopranos, bottom of page 3. The top line there at the bottom of page 3 is solo. The rest of the sopranos, you're on an F. Not worrying too much about the C flat and B flat unless you want to sing it in there. Okay, so let's enjoy this a second time, and then I shall look forward enormously to starting the teaching tomorrow. Bearing in mind, as I say, this is not an easy piece, but I think we have an advantage over every other choir that's ever learnt it, and that advantage has a name. That name is the Fieri Consort. So let's enjoy this a second time, everyone. Here we go. Do you see what I mean, folks, about how that gets better and better every time you listen to it? It's like looking at a precious stone. It's like looking at a beautiful view that changes every time you see it. The light falls on it in a different way, and it sparkles. It shines anew every time you look at it. Well, it's going to be like that, learning this extraordinary piece. Just to clarify, my score starts on page 2 because it's got a front cover. And so I'm just going to change that now so that my page numbers match up with yours. So the plan is, everyone, to start tomorrow and indeed throughout this week and to learn the first chunk of this work. We are going to chunk it. I think that would make sense rather than trying to do 8.5 minutes of really demanding music in a single take. So page 6 as is, so page 7 in my score, page 6 for you, halfway through the second bar. That's going to be the point that we're going to aim to get to over our rehearsals this week, and then I shall leave the small job of the remaining 5 pages for the week that we're back from the Mozart tour. And so if you can have a look at it between now and then, that will be fantastic. I do hope you're looking forward to singing this one with me. If you haven't signed up for this course yet, remember, if you're a new member, you can sign up. You can get a month free. You can get this wonderful work all for free, including all the extra content that we're doing around this teaching. There's the fireside chat with Richard Gowers and lots more still to be announced. That'll be coming up in the roundup this week and next week. So everyone, I should imagine you're a bit of a mess right now. I know I certainly am. I'm heading off into the wilds of North Somerset to conduct an orchestra tonight, but I shall be thinking of you and this wonderful, wonderful piece. Looking forward enormously to doing it. I do think we stand a very good chance, everyone, of producing a landmark recording of this piece. Bearing in mind how difficult and demanding it is to sing a cappella, we actually have a chance here of putting out something that is truly, truly special, something that people around the world will listen to and go, oh my goodness, who is that choir? Well, it's the one and only Choir of the Earth. I'll see you soon, folks. Enjoy your evening and look forward to your sectionals this week. Take care.